I didn't have enough. Like I used to really, I don't have enough resources. My pops doesn't have enough time to work out with me. I don't have enough money. You know, I'm not tall enough.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was just like I can't, you know, and I can't mentality, and I don't because of, you know, somebody else, and not looking in the mirror and taking accountability. Like,
Yo, before we hop into this next episode, I want to personally invite you to join our community where we're growing, we're elevating, and we're cutting the excuses. All I want you to do is hit that subscribe button and feel free to comment. I love you. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the video. To Cut the Excuse podcast with your boy Rainy No Excuse. Very excited for this episode, man. I got somebody that I truly call my brother here, man. Like, he's one of the guys, and I'm giving him his flowers now. He's one of the guys that showed me how to like be a friend and really like truly believed in me. So I just want to introduce Bryce Council. And Bryce, you tell them who you are, how you feeling, how we got connected. Tell them, get them the juice, man.
Number one, my brother, I appreciate you having me.
My God.
It's the first ever episode.
First ever episode, man.
So, you know, it's an honor, you know, to be a part of your journey, number one. Like seeing where you started, you know, just kind of where you was at when we first met.
Yeah,
first day of school.
You got to tell that. Yo, so
college.
Hold on, before you continue, man, the first day we ever met, we was about to fight, man. I'm just telling you that right now. The first day we ever met, we saw each other from across the field. Now, mind you, I'm walking with some girls. He's looking at the girls, but I don't know that. I'm coming straight from the hood. So I'm like, yo, who is this guy across just staring down? You feel me? I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Like, what we doing?
True.
But after that, we got cool. We've been through some things that actually like made us like, all right, bro, he a solid one. He got some heart.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't gonna go too in depth because we.
Yeah.
You feel me?
We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it surface level, but bro, like you said, just kind of knowing who you were, and you know, glad we didn't get into that fight. Like I didn't know boy was a boxer or whatnot. I'm banging on his door. Our freshman year, our dorms are right across from each other.
Directly across.
Like we both opened our door and we're looking directly at each other. So, you know, I don't think we really had a choice if we was gonna be friends or not. Because if it was the other way, it'd have just been every day. Every day. So
thank God, man, it was destined. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity, and I think things happen for a reason. Where we just crossed paths, you know what I mean? And like, you was one of the first people that I met on that side that actually truly believed in me. You dig what I'm saying? Like, even seeing from where I come from, seeing how hood I was, it was fresh and raw. You believed in me. You saw potential. You know what I mean? So I definitely like appreciate that from you, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just kind of getting into that a little bit, bro. I mean, college I think was a great journey for both of us.
Yeah,
just, you know, trying to figure it out a little bit. We were both on like separate journeys. I was hooping. You know, you was trying to just get out the hood, trying to stay out of trouble and whatnot, bro. So like, I remember just what, you know, I think gravitated us towards each other, I think was just the energy to make change and want to do something different.
Yeah.
You know, from like, I remember we tried to like start a fraternity. Like we tried to start a fraternity in college.
I don't know if anybody ever did that. We sat there, we made up steps, bro.
Yeah, we were literally, so we went to a small school. We went to a small school in New Jersey. And everybody kind of knew everybody. And the energy as soon as we got on campus was like there's nothing to do here, the school's whack. And you know, I think we both had the mindset like, all right, like, well, we gotta change it. We're gonna make something out of nothing. Literally. We're gonna get to that. But I think that's what was, you know, helped us really bond, like stuff like that, like the fraternity, throwing parties, like just trying to figure out, you know, how to make change. Like we meeting with the dean, you know, trying to plan, you know, things long term for the school and really make change. And to be honest, man, I think we left a mark at that school,
100%, yeah.
You know, that can never be taken away.
I mean, yeah, they still hit me up to this day, so we definitely made an impression and made a mark. But I do want to introduce you to the audience the right way. Just let them know what you do, who you are, before we get into it. Because you my brother, so I know who you are, right? But we got some viewers that don't know who you are. So just give them like a brief introduction to who you are.
Yeah, honestly, man. So Bryce Council, Harlem, New York. I'm a little bit of everything, man. I'm an entrepreneur, business owner, athlete manager.
Mm-hmm.
I wear a lot of different hats, but I just like to call myself a game changer.
Yeah.
No matter, what I'm involved in, I'm gonna change the game, make some things happen. But yeah, a serial entrepreneur is the title I give myself.
And when I usually introduce him to people, I call him a young Mogul. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the guys that whatever he taps his foot into, like it just grows. It automatically grows. It's authentic. So I that's how I introduce you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But,
appreciate that.
We gonna give people some game, right? This is the first episode of Cut the Excuse. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Like this podcast is really for like those people that want to get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were freshmen, we were trying to get to that next level. We were just grinding like every day. Like the college grind was different, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you're just talking about
no sleep, just working, just setting up a plan. And this podcast is for those people that's at home working those 9-to-5s or like just getting out of college and struggling, but really want to make it. And like they don't want to go back to the streets. They don't want to do a BS job. Like they actually want to make it happen and do something and change their family. So we want to give them like the free game on like what's that next step? Like what can I do today to make sure I make it? You know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on like the daily habits that you implied in your life that said, yo, I'm from college, I'm doing this, and now I'm here. What are those small things?
I mean, honestly, bro, I think my journey started way before college, like in terms of my daily habits. So
get into that.
I think for me, it really started in 8th grade. And shout out to my pops, shout out to my moms. My dad was an entrepreneur, my whole life. Like I kind of seen him, build up a restaurant, build up a lounge, build up different, AU programs, different businesses. Like he was a party promoter when I was really, really young. So like my dad was just like always a hustler, and my mom was just always make it happen. Like she always figured it out. Like so and I seen her work. I seen her work. When I was younger, and so I think my first experience of just like hustling was when I was in. Kid you not, I was in 4th grade, and went to the store one time. And my first time I got introduced to Jolly Ranchers. Bought a whole bunch of Jolly Ranchers, bro. They was literally at the store like 5 cents, 10 cents. Like just bought a whole bunch of Jolly Ranchers. I don't know, must have had $5 whatever. Went to school the next day with a whole bunch of Jolly Ranchers. Somebody like, can I have one? I'm like, yeah, give me 25 cents. They gave me 25 cents. Boy, I started selling Jolly Ranchers every day, 25 cents. My mom used to make me school lunches. So I used to be like, all right, like, what do I need to eat?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bet. I need my sandwich and I need my pecan swirl.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is free game.
Yeah.
So, I was hustling backwards because my mom's was spending the money and I wasn't giving her no money, but like, I stopped asking for money, at a certain point because I was selling my school lunch. I was selling my honey bun, $1.50. Like, everybody in school, so we ain't had no vending machines yet, so everybody just hungry. So, that's kind of where I learned how to hustle. And then my hard work came from my 8th grade year, just playing basketball and being from Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the best or as good as I thought I was, but I was a hard worker. Like, I took pride in defense. Like, I was just the hardest worker anybody was going to find. And so 8th grade, I remember this, and it's so crazy. 8th grade, I played against one of my friends who lived across the street. He was the top basketball player in the city. We came out actually to Orlando, Florida, and played in 8th grade nationals. We played against them in one of the games, and I got no playing time.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to the hood. I went outside. The whole hood laughing at me.
Yeah.
Yo, you didn't even play. You come out here thinking you nice. You be doing all this stuff, and you don't even get no playing time against the big boys. So, I remember sitting outside, right outside my building on the basketball court, crying, like going back and forth, like, y'all gonna see, watch, y'all gonna see, I'm gonna be on TV and y'all gonna be still here in the park.
Yeah.
Still here, but I'm crying, I'm bawling, crying, because I'm like, yo, it's like the whole hood turned on me. Like, I was like the hood, treasure. Anybody who came around the hood, they play him one-on-one. And so I remember that, and that stuck with me. And, after then, I was supposed to I was playing on an AAU team that my pops was, the head of.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a really, really competitive team. And to be honest, work ethic wise, yeah, I played, and sometimes, I had a great impact on the court, but skill wise, I wasn't skill wise with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so that summer, I think, changed my life, because I remember writing quotes on my door. I still got the picture to this day. Write quotes on my door, Post-its, and put them all over my door.
Yeah.
And so every day I used to read it. I used to wake up, do push-ups, toe raises. I used to be outside 6 a.m. Just like, Mom, can I run? My mom ain't like me, just being outside by myself. So I remember sometimes my mom used to get up before school, just come outside and just watch me run. I used to run around the neighborhood. I used to go to the park every day after school, work out every day. And that's the hard work that was just instilled in me. All right, I got to make something happen.
Right. I was about to ask, not to cut you off, but I was about to ask, you don't just get teased and then just hop right, just start working out at 6 a.m., right?
Yeah.
So what drove you to that time where I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. I gotta grind at 6 a.m. No other kid is doing that in a project.
Yeah.
Waking up at 6 a.m. and hooping, you know what I mean? So what gave you that drive?
Honestly, man, that day in the park, bro. I was crying, and I'm like, yo, I ain't never letting nobody make me feel like this again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, yo, I look deep down, I'm like, yo, they right. I ain't getting no playing time.
Yeah.
And I low-key was on the bench, not really wanting to get in the game, because, when you're not playing, your confidence down. So, I'm like, yo, I can't be like this no more. So, actually, I was supposed to go to one of the top high schools in New York, Cardinal Hayes. My dad went there. I told my pops, yo, I don't want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do anything that has anything to do with you. I want to make my own name now. Because people used to always say, one thing just in the park, you're only on the team because your pops, you're only on the team for your pops. So, that just instilled in me, I got to make it happen on my own. I got to figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
So that year, I knew what the plan was. I kind of set out. One of the quotes on my board was I'm going to college to play basketball for free. I'm getting a scholarship to college. I told my mom, you don't got to worry about it. I'm going to figure it out. Because we were trying to figure out what high school I wanted to go to. And everybody's always thinking about D1. And I'm thinking about that at that age too. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a different path to get there, but I'm going to get there. And I remember each person that made me cry that day on the basketball court. But that really changed my life and really instilled a different type of grind in me. And so all throughout my high school career, all I knew was work.
Mm-hmm. So
I went to a school, we're the lowest division in New York City. B division school. Lowest division. So it's AA, then B. We're the lowest division. People don't come out of the B division and get scholarships. And, I went to school, I had a coach that believed in me, and I told him, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make a change. I ended up leaving high school, with scholarship offers. I had options, and then, we won a state championship my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Did some things, we've never done. One of my teammates, went on to be in the NBA. We really created a culture there. And that's something I'm extremely proud of. But that all comes from that hard work. I'm never gonna let anybody make me feel like that again.
Yes. And I just want to emphasize that moment, right? Because it defines your character. It defines your character. Somebody could have took that opportunity and be like, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
I don't even want them to laugh at me. I
don't want it no more.
I don't want this embarrassment, right?
I'm not good enough.
Exactly. So somebody would have took that opportunity and just quit, right? And I just want to emphasize the character of nah, bro, I'm gonna work for it.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna grind for it. It's way easier just to quit and just to be nah, bro, that embarrassment was too tough. That hurt too much. I don't want to be the laughing stock, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes a whole bunch of people, they just don't want to be the laughing stock because it's hard to start. When you start, you're gonna be the laughing stock sometimes.
Yeah, it's not pretty. That's the other thing. I'll pull up pictures of me in the snow, me with bubble coats on in the winter in New York. Outside with gloves, dribbling, just shooting in the park, lights out, just really grinding. And it's not that wasn't the only time they made fun of me, but I tell you, once the work started working for me and I started believing in my work, it didn't make me feel the way they made me feel that day.
Right.
So that's when I knew I had to keep going.
Right. And just for the listeners, like I want to emphasize the fact that you gotta put the work in and the work gonna show. You dig what I'm saying? Like that first day you ain't gonna be great. That first day you ain't gonna be great. Like people saw me when I came out of jail, went straight to the gym and started transforming. They like, oh, he just doing this real quick. Yeah. Like this a new year, new me type of thing. Like, oh, he gonna be back. You know what I mean? People didn't believe in me that first month, that second month, that third month. But once the results start showing them that hard work, ain't nothing else they can say. They gotta be on your side once you start. Yeah.
And you know what you gotta start with. You know, a quote we always say, like, you gotta believe in you. I believe in me. Right. I believe in me. So I mean, that's always where it starts. Like, you know, they never believe you at first. Like at first they never believe you. Man. You feel me? And so like once the results start showing, then it's like, yo, I always knew.
That's what it is.
I always knew. That's what it is. So like at the end of the day, I like you can't let those highs get too high. You can't let your lows get too low because, you know, at your highest point, when you're doing, everybody come back and be like, yo, I always knew it. You was smart since you was a little kid. They can tell you a story that they probably made up because you don't remember what happened when you was 6. You know, they was like, I seen you jump over a garbage can when you was 6. I knew it. So it's like, and then, you know, at your lowest of times, like that day in the park, man, you can't never let them win. Right. Because, you know, at the end of the day, man, like, you know, I still got friends in my neighborhood and people I go back and, you know, still chop it up. But at the end of the day, you know, like, I was right. And I meant everything I said when I said, like, you know what? I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to do this. And, you know, I'm going to come back and see y'all. And we going to see it. It was like, yo, if I'd have let them defeat me at that moment, man, I might still be in Harlem right now. You know, still on the block, still in that same park, talking about my hoop dreams. I was nice back in the day. So, you know, that's huge, man. That's huge. Believing in yourself.
That and going from that believing in yourself, right? Like that's so important. And one thing you did, right, was you took that quote of I believe in me and you turned that into a company and a business. Right? So let's fast forward a little bit and let's talk about the CYI and count yourself in and believing in yourself, right? Because we see the story of you crying and you made it now, right? But what made you say, all right, now I'm gonna motivate somebody else and now I'm gonna put it on the shirt so now you can wear it and it can mean something. Like what drove you to that point?
I mean, so that's a great question. I think what happened now is we kind of got to go into transition of me getting to college. Right. And so when I made my college decision, you kind of know a little bit of this story. When I made my college decision, one of the big reasons I made my decision because I was like, you know what, I can go and affect change at this school. Remember, I always said, like, you know, I want to make a difference. I'm a difference maker, like, you know. So, you know, our school, the school I ended up committing to, I'm not even going to say the name. I'm not going to say the name. We're not going to put that out there. They can do the research. Right. But the school I ended up committing to they won one game the year before. You know, so I saw it as an opportunity where, like, all right, I'm going to go in, I'm going to be able to play right away. I'm going to change it. We're going to the championship my first year. I'm getting rookie of the year.
All that high hopes, yo.
All that high hopes. Because I'm like, yo, nobody working like me. Like, I feel like nobody working like me. Like, my senior year, like, once I committed late. I think April of my senior year. And so once I committed, I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I'm working. Like, I'm in the weight room. Like, I'm going to college in shape. And so I think once I got there, I had a rude awakening. Yeah. I get to the gym, first open gym. Off the backboard. Ha! Yeah. To the legs. Ha! Yeah. I'm like, whoa, this Division II. Like, this more like, this looking like Georgetown or UNC. Like, what's going on? So I'm talking to some of the guys. One of my teammates was 24-year-old freshman. You know? I had another teammate, JUCO guard, 23. Like, I'm fresh, 18. Like, coming into college, like, eyes wide open. Like, I don't really know what to expect, but I'm thinking that I'm going to play like. Right. You feel me? My coach told me about all the recruits he had coming in that was, you know, my age, the freshmen and everything. Yeah. Everybody else was forwards. I'm like, all right, he surrounded the team around me. So I got to college, and that first day, I was like, whoa, like, I got to get better. Right. So as soon as I got to college, like, I'm in that gym. I was on the gym in my visit. Like I'm on the, we had a little camp over the summer. As soon as the camp over, I'm in the gym. Like I'm in the gym every day. So I think my freshman year was a lot of me trying to like prove to myself that I belong. Like I had that confidence in college. I'm coming off a state championship. Yeah. I believe in myself. I done made it. I got a scholarship. I did what I said I was gonna do. Yeah. But it's like, all right, there's another level. Now it's another level. It's a new journey. Yeah. So like, what are we doing here? I didn't come to college to just be a player. Yeah, like, I played, 32, I played here and there. Like, that wasn't my goal. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get in the gym. Mm-hmm. And so shout out to KJ. Yeah. KJ was in the gym with me every day. We was really working. And then, next thing you know, we in that weight room every day working. And so, I started to really get better. And towards the end of the year of my freshman year, I actually earned a starting spot. Mm-hmm. The first game I'm starting, I end up hurting my ankle. I went into a bad place. I went to a bad place just because I'm like, I finally get my chance. Like, I finally get my chance. All this work I put in, I get hurt.
And I'm talking, because I was there in the gym. So I'm talking about, we put it in from class to gym, like nonstop. So you working this whole time to get that starting position and be like, nah, bro, I came from New York. I'm coming off a championship. I'm trying to change the game. You go right to first game start and boom, ankle.
Boom, and I was playing well that game too. Bro. I remember it. I'm playing well. And so I hurt my ankle. I'm just on the floor like, nah. And so after that, I was kind of in the back because I couldn't work out. Mm-hmm. That's what I was doing at school all the time. I'm working out, so I went to a real bad place. And I'm just like, I can't stay here. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not the end of the world. Like, I'm going to be all right. But I'm walking around with crutches and a boot. I can't play the rest of the year. So I'm thinking like, I'm about to get recruited over. We're not winning games either. Mm-hmm. So, it was a tough time for me. Like, I took that hard. Yeah. I took that real hard. And so I think we started to have a convo that sparked some change for me. Mm-hmm.
And what convo?
So we're in my boy PJ's room. Mm-hmm. We're in my boy PJ's room. Shout out to PJ.
Shout out PJ.
PJ was, at the same school as us, playing lacrosse, same grade as us. He was another kid with the same mindset as us. Mm-hmm. And so we started to talk about our journey. Yeah. Getting to college and earning that scholarship and, kind of being counted out a lot. And, just hearing somebody else, completely different. This is a, Italian kid from Connecticut. Right. We got two completely different stories and just hearing his journey and wow, you've been through some stuff too. I'm not the only one. And then me telling him and we I'm like, bro, you just encouraged me to bro, we didn't came too far to stop. This is literally something. And so I'm like, all right, bet. So then the next day I got in the gym and, I remember posting a picture on Instagram and I was like, I'm coming back, #soon. Right. And then me and PJ talking to everybody. I got the guys around and just soon means something. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it means, but it means something. I still got the sheet, the notes in my phone to this day. I'm like, PJ, I don't know what soon means, but it means something. And I just kept hashtagging soon. And I'm like, everybody #soon, #soon. I wrote it on my mirror and everything. So I'm like, this joint means something. And so PJ let's start writing down what it means. So I remember writing down, I'm space out on nothing. Some outwork, others notice. Uh-huh. Yeah. We write, I remember we writing down a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, PJ, bro, I don't think they really understand. Really made something out of nothing. And then boom. I said, that's what you know. That's I said something out of nothing. Yeah. I'm like, something out of nothing. I'm like, that's the brand. Mm-hmm. That's the brand. We literally made something out of nothing. This is what it is. Right. Next day, I call my pops. Dad, I got this idea, bro. I got this idea. It's about to be crazy. What is it? I'm like, I got this brand I want to start soon. Something out of nothing. He's like, that's dope. He like, all right, so you gonna start it? I'm like, yeah, but I don't really know like what I'm supposed to do, like how.
Right.
He like, well, first, like, you got some money? Nah, all right, you better get to work this summer. But my pops made me get a summer job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at first it was cool because I was injured.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at first it was cool I was injured. But then I'm like, yo, I need to get back in the gym.
Yeah.
I need to get back on the court. So then I went to a guy, shout out to Larry, he printed first shirt for me, join soon. I went right to you.
Right.
Listen, I came to you and I told you everything. You like, I'm with it. Whatever we gotta do, let's do it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You start telling your story. We walk into the weight room. I don't even know if you remember this.
Yeah.
We walk in the back way to the weight room, bro, and like I get like chills, like remembering this story, cause like this one really clicked, cause like you telling me your story, and this the first time I really, cause we was cool,
Yeah.
but like this is when like you feel we started to get like this. So you telling me your story, I'm like, yo, bro, I didn't even know none of that.
Right.
You're like, yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm glad to see how you work. And this back when director vibe is before Randy does his
the
director vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera. I'm like, yo, bro, I only got one shirt. Like, you got like a vision for this video? You like, yeah, bro, let's go to the gym. Like, we made sure nobody was in the gym. We shot a video, bro.
Quick in an hour too.
We shot a video, bro, quick. And then I remember we was like, yo, we need like a slogan. Like Nike got a slogan, like everybody got a slogan. What's gonna be our slogan? Like, yo, count yourself in.
Yeah.
Boom. Once we had that video done, I remember you first showing me the video, bro. So when we in college, Randy had this old computer, bro.
So hold up, we gotta talk about we got some messages in here, right?
Yeah.
So first we had this old computer, right? I'm talking about like a 1992 desktop with a back on it, bro.
Like that joint, listen, Randy would start editing something for an hour.
Bro.
That joint just cut off. He got to start all over.
So I gotta edit quick. Like, you feel me? Like,
that's what trying to edit.
Bro, the oldest computer in the world I had. That's all I could afford at the time. You feel me, bro? It worked though.
It worked, yeah, bro. I remember going into your room. Randy used to always have his room dark, laptop right there. Walked into his joint. He's like, yo, I got the video ready. I'm like, oh! I'm like, hold up. Like, we need to see what the video looks like. He played the video, bro. I'm like, yo, this the one. Send it to me ASAP.
Yeah.
The computer's so slow, bro. The joint probably took like a day and a half to export, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, Randy, send me the video. We're not really arguing, but we going back and forth. Like, yo, bro, I can't. Like,
there's nothing else I can
I'm like,
do.
yo, bro, I'm gonna just record it off the screen. Like, he like, yo, bro, we gotta relax. Like, yo, it's good, whatever. So it ended up working out because I think by the time I got the video, it was like the first week of school.
Yeah, it was perfect time.
It was like the first week of school.
Yeah.
But then the problem came, y'all. I only had one shirt.
Yeah.
We only had one shirt.
Hold on, I gotta speak with you real quick because we jumped. He was telling the story, but he jumped over a lot real quick, right? So he went into this dark space, right after that.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about how a lot of people, some things happen in life that's unexpected, right?
Yeah.
And they just go into this dark place,
Yeah.
right? And the power of friendship and support in that circle that brought you out of that. You know,
yeah.
And some people don't understand how serious a friend group or a circle is.
Huge, bro.
Right? Because the people around you impact you on a day-to-day basis, right? So if you didn't have PJ at the moment, who knows what would happened in that dark space?
Nah, literally.
Because thoughts don't stop in your head.
Yeah.
You got over 1,000 thoughts a day. You see what I'm saying? So like, if PJ wasn't there, that would have been either a really bad thing or you would have had to dig yourself out of a deep hole.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like, the power of friendship and circle is super important. And I didn't want him to just hop over that telling the story, but I felt like that had to be said because people don't understand how strong your friends are, right? And how strong you motivated me and I motivated you and PJ motivated us and changed your life, right? That power of the friendship was super important. But you could continue.
Just piggybacking on that, you're right, bro. Cause I remember just like wanting to go to PJ room just for some company, bro. Like, we all going to college and, I'm around my team 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can't hoop. They can hoop. So like, part of me was like mad at them. Like, yo, I'm hurt and y'all good. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm hurt, y'all good, I can't play.
Yeah.
So like that, I had a little envy in me. So like, I didn't really want to hang out with my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Then everybody else kind of doing their own thing and, PJ for me was just somebody like I just kick it with. I go to his room. He had a roommate at the time. We'd go to his room and just like talk trash, like literally, like we just talk mess, talk whatever, shoot the shit, So that was super important, bro, because that was a real like motivating conversation,
right?
Like
that changed the dynamic.
Changed the dynamic, bro. Honestly, like was a huge impact on me and like my college future, like that. That was super.
And it takes one. It just takes one. Like it take that one conversation with the right person to change everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it do, bro. And like, that's shout out to PJ, bro, because we was going back and forth. We were sending each other like mock-ups and different things over the summer, like because this is like right before school and then we went to the summer. That's when I had to get the summer job, whatever. Then we came back, shot the video, all that stuff, just in terms of timeline perspective, bro. But like the conversation with you was also important, bro, because you were another person that I'm like, yo, we come from different lives too. Like you from Newark, I'm from Harlem.
Yeah.
Like you ain't necessarily like play sports. Like you were just, figuring it out, bro. Just being a kid, just doing dumb stuff. Sometimes you got caught up in a situation. That was your first time really telling me about your situation. And us taking a deep dive in that, opened my perspective too. And I was like, yo, wait, he can connect to this too?
Mm-hmm.
Like soon means something to him when I say it too. Count yourself in means something when I say it to him too.
Right.
And I think that helped embody like, the lifestyle and kind of how we lived the rest of the way through college. Because it was like, everything now is like, we got to believe in ourselves. We got to count ourselves in. Like, bro, like, we shot that video and like, we didn't really know how it turned out. But like, next thing you know, the whole school is like, yo, we need shirts.
Mm-hmm.
We need shirts. Like, we need shirts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, sheesh, dog, we don't got no shirts. So
we got one.
Yeah, all that money I used for my summer job, I asked my pops for a little loan or whatever. Mm-hmm. He gave me maybe like $100, $200. Like he didn't really give me one. All I remember is just ordering a whole bunch of shirts, coming to school with the shirts. And then I'm like, we gotta be strategic. Like, all right, bro, like I'm gonna give you a KJ. I said, yo, KJ, I'm gonna give y'all 2 shirts, we just gotta wear it and really just pump it. Like, so then next thing you know, man, like, I don't even want to say it happened overnight because it didn't. But like, next thing you know, you look up and it's like everybody at school.
Yeah, 3-4 months later, just everybody in the school just.
Yeah, this is the end of August, bro. I remember by December, we had our first photo shoot.
Yeah.
Because listen, honestly, bro, we started off, the grind was for real. Like, we started off with 12 shirts. Yeah. Like, I literally remember we started off with 12 shirts. I'm like, yo, we got to get these off. Mm-hmm. I bet we need a new color. We got to do black, 12 black shirts.
Boom, flip it.
Now I'm like, all right, we can do 24, 12 and 12. Right. Then I'm like, yo, let's do long sleeve. Then we go to long sleeve. Then it's getting cold. I remember me and you got a picture. It's still archived on my Instagram, bro. And we called it like the winter white. You had on the white long sleeve. I had on the white hoodie. We took it that thing, the little cut. Yeah. And that's when I'm like, all right, bro, this could be for real. And I'm like, yo, all right, KJ, like, Randy grinding with me doing these videos, doing the content. Like, all right, what can you help with, bro? What can you help with? He like, yo, I've been learning how to like build a website, build websites. Word? Let's build a website then. He like, bet, but like, we need money for the website.
Yeah.
I'm like, I bet. All the money we was making, started putting some aside to the website. And it's like, I really started to learn business throughout that whole process. Cause it's like, yo, you think you making money, but you're not really doing nothing because we was doing all on campus sales.
Right.
And then now I didn't even know shipping cost that much.
Yeah.
The first time I went to the post office, I didn't even know what I was doing. I had a t-shirt in my hand and I just went. I was like, can you put this in a box and ship it? They're like, yo, you gotta do that shit yourself. So like, it was just really like a learning process, man. And that's when, I kind of, a switch flipped for me where I'm like, all right, I'm really like intrigued in this business. So like me and KJ, we went to like this business summit. Do you remember that? You had came and filmed we went to this business summit. I started taking like classes. I started going to these networking events, different things like that, finding different manufacturers, bro. And, we started growing from there, man. And I think, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize, right, the point of business. And I don't know if the viewers or the listeners understand amount of game you just gave them, right? So for the people that want to have that clothing line, right?
Yeah.
You took a loan from your father that was $100 or $200 and continued to flip it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being like somebody that was ignorant and taking that first sale and be like, oh snap, I can go to the corner store and get some food, right? You took that money and then you put it back in business.
Yeah.
And then flip that, made some more shirts, and then flip that again. Then you had a website, you put money into that. Like all the money you had never went to you. It went back into the business. And I think that's super important for the listeners to understand. Like when you starting off a company, that money ain't yours right now.
It's not. It's not. Like it's really not, bro.
That money ain't yours.
That reinvestment is huge, bro. Because like you can't. You're not gonna be able to last, like, bro. Like I thought I was doing something because like I'm like, all right, I understand the basics. All right, the shirt costs us $11. I sell it for $20. I'm getting $9 profit. Like I understood that. Mm-hmm. But what I didn't understand is like, all right, now you got to start thinking about, you got to start thinking about little things. You can't just give people a T-shirt and be like, oh, here it is. Like, no, you want to package it nicely. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure it looks presentable. Mm-hmm. So, that took me a while to really be able to do that. Mm-hmm. That took me a while really to be able to do that, man. So,
I mean, so you went from, so we got a few minutes left, right? So we gotta hurry up. But this is the game that
for sure
to have, right? So you went from using those shirts, grabbing 12, flipping those, understanding the business of the presentation and how you present the clothes, making that website, right? How do we jump to that, right? How do you have that college experience from making those shirts, taking that $200 loan, and being here right now?
Yeah, man. So I think from a business mindset, like I just, started to, become more business savvy. Mm-hmm. So, that first year when we had the company, we were doing well. We put up the website in December, which, wasn't smart for me. And I'm going to tell you why, but I thought it was super smart at the time. So I'm like, December, Christmas time, everybody going to shop. Yeah. It wasn't smart because, remember, everything is reinvested.
Right.
We had our first pop-up shop. I'm like, yo, I want to have a pop-up shop on my birthday in New York, which is in January 5th. So the website came out in December and the pop-up shop was in January. So all the money, a lot of the money that I was reinvesting was going into the website to make sure the website looked good and you got to pay all the fees on the website, blah, blah. Now it's like, it's time to pay for stuff for the pop-up shop. And it's like,
yo, got it.
Yikes, like, we don't got enough money to have a pop-up shop right now, like, because like you got to buy everything in advance. So I end up basically swindling the manufacturer, like, listen, tell them the story, let them know I'm good for it. You give me, X amount, I'll make sure, I'll pay a little extra, and he went for it. He was like, bet. Day of the pop-up shop, boxes get delivered like 2 days for the pop-up shop. Day of the pop-up shop, one box is stolen.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy story, bro. Yes. One box is stolen. So I'm going into the pop-up shop, panicking, bro. Like, nothing could go right. This is terrible. We ended up having our first annual pop-up shop, and it was a blast. We ended up selling out, ended up making a lot of money. And I remember I went to you and KJ, and I'm like, yo, do y'all want some bread? And y'all want this to go back in the company? And y'all want some equity? Y'all want to, in the long run? And y'all probably didn't even really knew what it meant at the time, because I really ain't know what it meant. I'm just like, yo, like, it sounds good if I'm able to keep all the money and put it back. We can do more stuff. And so now it's like, all right, bro. Like, I was glad that I was able to give y'all a piece of something. Like, back at that age, because I didn't really know. Like, I didn't really know what I was doing. But I'm like, all right, bro. Like, do I keep it all for me and just like pay them out for helping me? Because we were doing so much content leading up to that. You were making flyers. Like, KJ was working on the website. Like, it was a lot of work. So I mean, just to fast forward. Next thing you know, now you start to learn more about the business. Now you start to learn, oh, I gotta have this trademark. Yeah. Like, somebody can come after me. Yeah. And so like that's low key what happened. Somebody was like, oh, I got something that says soon, and we never gonna get all that, but it didn't make no sense. And that's when I really learned. I think that was the best point in business for me, because that's when I learned that failure. I was like, yo, we done. Yeah. Like, yo, like they sent me a cease and desist. Like, I'm like,
it's getting scary.
Oh, whoa, lawyers? What? I don't got no lawyer. Yeah. Like, I'm scared out of my mind. I'm like, yo, how do you get my address? I don't even got an LLC, nothing yet. So then That's when I really started to do my homework, do my research. I bet I need a lawyer. We need to trademark this. We need to get an LLC. I need a bank account. I need to make sure all my ducks in a row, everything is efficient. And that's how CYI was really, really born, because once that happened and Soon kind of got deflated, it was like, yo, Soon tagged on me, bro. Like, it's forever, you know, it's forever. You see a gun on the chain. Right. But then CYI blossomed because it was like, yo, like, in order to make this work still, like, we got to count ourselves in. Like, count yourself in. Like, let's go with it. CYISOON, baby. Right. Everyone's like, yo, why you change the name? Listen, we had to do what we had to do. Right. Now you know, now it's out there. It's like CYISOON. So over the years, to get to where I'm at now, over the years, it was just like, it was a constant grind. Like, we still reinvesting. Like, it's like a constant grind. Yeah. And so I think the big change for us, Cole Anthony, shout out to my brother, when he committed to college, he wore a white and Carolina blue.
Yes, sir.
Soon shirt on national television, ESPN. Right. That's when all the trouble started. But that's when the brand recognition really went up. Yeah. And I think we had to think quickly, you know, in terms of CYI. And then we kind of like rebranded super fast. Yeah. And it was like, all right. And then I think COVID was another hit. We had to figure out, all right, like, what we got to do to stay relevant. Like, so then we started, all right, no excuse workout sessions. Like, we started the app. We just started, all right, different things. Quotes every morning. Everybody loving the quotes. We doing different things. Stay afloat, man. And, you know, that business mindset got me to the position I'm in now. It was, and this goes back to the friendship tip. When Cole was declaring for the draft, it was COVID. Yeah. And, you know, me being a responsible friend I am and just business, like, I started to get more intrigued with, like, you know, all right, maybe the NBA is not for me. Like, you know, that junior year when COVID hit, maybe the NBA is not for me. And I started thinking more on the business side. And, you know, him trusting me, he put me in position. Yeah. But before that, I'm sorry, I'm skipping all over. Before that, me, you, and KJ had a conversation, bro. Yes. Me, you, and KJ had a conversation, and I told y'all, like, y'all been loyal, down for me, with my endeavors and everything I want to do, bro. Give me a couple years, like, we gonna figure it out, but we all going. KJ, you gotta stay in school one more year. You gotta get your master's. Yeah. You feel me? Randy, get ready. Like, figure out exactly what you want to do, whether it's workout, camera, what you want to do. But I'm like, yo, you coming? Like, we just got to figure it out. And so you was like, yo, bro, like, I want to be a trainer. I want to tell my story. I want to motivate people. Like, you know, I think a lot of people, our junior year in school was like really looking at us as like motivators, as inspiration, as people to like kind of look up to. Yeah. And I think we were figuring that out. And I think it was the perfect opportunity. And so I sat y'all down. I'm like, yo, listen, y'all, this is the plan. This is how we gonna do it. Y'all were like, bet. Like, let's do it. Like, we trust you. We rocking with you, bro. And then a couple years later, we all in Orlando, like, in a different position. We just getting started, bro. So I think that's the main thing, too. Like, we not even, like, this podcast, like, we spoke about it as you was building this and wanting to create this. This is not just like, all right, like, we made it look at us, because that's not even the position we in. We just, like, listen, this is where we're at. Right. This is where we're at now, and this is where we going. And we just telling y'all, like, present time, like, all right, like, you know, this is where we're going. Right. So,
and then just to end the podcast, because we are out of time, and I think Bryce done gave us a lot of jewels, man. And I just want to touch on a few, right? Before we ended, we sat down and we had a conversation of, yo, you trusted me. Yeah. Now let's make this plan happen, right? Yeah. We sat there and we made a plan for years, bro. We sat there and made like a 1 and 2 year plan. This wasn't a 3-month plan, 6 month. Like, we made a 1 and 2 month plan in detail of how we were going to do this. And I think that's super important. Like, that planning stage cannot go under the table at all. That was super important for the development of us, not only our friendship, but the businesses that we had accomplished. And I'm actually upset that we don't have any more time. Yeah, me too. We need a part 2. We got to do a part 2 and finish this, because there's a lot of games and a lot of gems that we couldn't even cover in a moment. But that story was definitely impactful, not only to me, but to the viewers as well. And I definitely appreciate you for coming, bro. I appreciate you for trusting me and believing in me day one, bro. Yeah. day one, even when we was about to.
Bro, I appreciate you, bro. Just as much as you feel like, you know, I helped change your life, bro. You changed my life, bro. Just like being able, like, it's always in the back of my head, like, bro, like, all right, I gotta keep pushing. Like, you believed in me and trusted in me. Like, you moved to Orlando, bro. Like, you don't got no family out here, bro. It's just, yo, Bryce in Orlando, bro. He said we gonna make it happen. We got the opportunity to make it happen. And we're in the process of making it happen. So big CYI, always count yourself in.
Big CYI.
Cut the excuse, man. I'm proud of you for doing this. The people need it. We definitely gonna have a part 2, part 3. You know, we got a lot more to, you know, unravel. So we definitely gonna keep it going.
Just to end the podcast, man, what is one excuse you had to overcome in your journey currently? Like, what is one thing you kept making excuses for, and that you had to be like, all right, bro, it's time to just cut this excuse, bro?
That's a great question. You put me on the spot right there. That's a great question. The excuse I would say is that I didn't have enough. Like, I used to really, I don't have enough resources. My pops doesn't have enough time to work out with me. I don't have enough money. You know, I'm not tall enough. Like, you know, it was just like I can't. You know, and I can't mentality, and I don't because of, you know, somebody else, and not looking in the mirror and taking accountability. Like, all right, like, yo, I can do this regardless. Like, you know, like, that's what a difference maker is, a changer. So you feel me? And that's how I look at myself. So I think that's the biggest, you know, excuse I had to overcome. Now I'm still working to overcome. You know?
Right. And I think that's super important, man, because no matter what cards you were dealt, and that comes from the CYI, assume to make something out of nothing, to cut the excuse, and no excuse, right? Every brand we created during this time, that no matter what kind of cards you dealt in life, that you can make it, you can overcome, you can grow, and you can be the person that you want to be.
Absolutely.
Man, so I'm very excited for this episode, man. Episode 1, Cut the Excuse with your host, Rainy No Excuse. Shout out Bryce Council for joining me, man. And we will have a part 2, but for now, no more excuses. Cut them, and we will grow together. You need no excuses.
Yes, sir.